Hi there, welcome to my tutorial for Splatoon all-scroll speedruns. I'm intending for this to be a complete overview of both the routing and beginner and advanced strats for the run. Before we get started, I'd like to plug my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/tboy07. I stream several times a week, either speedrunning this or various other games. I also tend to play a lot of casual stuff from time to time as well. Secondly, if you are at all interested in learning to run Splatoon or Splatoon 2 as a speedrun in any of the categories, I'd encourage you to check out the official Discord and the official speedrun.com page, links for which will be found in the description below. So let's get started. So before you start the run, in order to prepare the run, you have to start from a completely fresh file, which means that you will have to make a brand new file on your Wii U and load it completely from scratch. Anytime you want to reset a run, you have to completely go out and start from a new account. This can be done easily by making multiple different accounts and just kind of having them at the ready, and whenever you run out of accounts, you just go into your system file, delete the data for those accounts, and then you can start fresh again. So timing will start whenever we get to this page right here where you click hold on or yeah. So just for the tutorial, I won't have a timer on, but for sake of just for you to know, this is where you would start the timer. So 3, 2, 1, start. So first you're going to go into the tutorial of the actual game. And from here you're just going to mash through these text boxes, and then you're going to be given a prompt to learn how to move the controller as well as to shoot. So once you get out of the text box, just pretty much hold straight and start shooting. You're going to have a balloon that's right in front of you, then a balloon's going to pop up to your left, shoot that one, and then another one balloon's going to pop up kind of above your head. Shoot that one, and then this one to the right. Once you pop all four, start moving forward. Hop through this grate over here, and try to go in as straight of lines as possible. Another key thing to focus on is to not use too much of your, well, I wouldn't say to use too much of your ink, but don't waste too much time of shooting as well, because every time you shoot, if you waste one extra shot, that's an extra amount of time that you wasted. So you're just going to head through the area, come over here, hit these boxes, climb up the wall, then shoot one spot on the ground so you have a little bit of place to move. So whenever you get up from this wall, shoot. That way you have a little room to move forward. Shoot up this wall, and into the jump pad. So this is going to bring you to the very beginning of the game. We're going to have a little bit of text boxes from the Squid Sisters, just kind of introducing you to the game, as well as a few other text boxes that show you where everything is in the hub world. So what you're just going to do is mash through this as quickly as possible. It's not super long, so it doesn't take a whole lot of time to do. And now this next part is interesting. So it is mashing through text boxes, but it's more rhythmic. You can only progress the screen after a few seconds of the text box actually being on screen. So you just kind of learn the pattern. So right now I'm not just mashing through my A button, I'm just waiting for the right timing to come up. And then what you're going to do after this set of text boxes is, once you're done with that one, start pressing on your gamepad where it says Octa Valley. That way you go right into the single player area without having to walk towards it. Now we're also going to have a few text boxes to mash through here, as our good friend Captain Cuttlefish sort of introduces the story background of the single player. This one you can kind of mash through, but again, you have to wait for the entire text box to appear, so you don't have to mash the whole time. those couple text boxes are pretty quick, so you can just mash through them like that. Alright, I want to stop here. So this is the last text box before we actually are able to move. So once you click this text box, what you're going to want to do is immediately throw a bomb with the right bumper stick, or the right, not the trigger button, the what is it? Yeah, the R button, not the ZR button, but the R button. That's going to throw a bomb. There's going to be a kettle that'll open up, and it'll be right in front of the kettle when you throw it. So it'll look something like this. So I'm gonna press the text box, move forward. Now I moved forward a little bit, so what you actually want to be doing is standing right here. Once you press the text box, throw it. I was a little too much ahead of it. But either way, it should work for you if you get the timing right. I was just kind of confused because it was out of my timing because I wasn't mashing properly. So you open up this kettle, this will be the first level you go into. You can jump down here, start shooting immediately so you can have a path to go through. Head up here. I'm gonna throw a bomb, distract this guy, jump over here. Now, this one is up to some people. I like to throw a bomb here just to get all these guys on the floor. It just makes it easier to shoot them. Throw a bomb, distract him. Now these two, you're going to want to do something specific. So first, get this guy on the left side, then jump over. Alright, hold on. I'm not sure why he didn't respond, but let's just do that again. So you're going to jump over here, kill this guy, throw a bomb, distract him, and then kill him. I would say try to kill most of these guys on the left side. If you can kill all of them all at once if you want. Now the scroll for this level is up on this top left pillar. So try to ink as high as you can, and then when you get up here, try to go up to the top and ink again. And just keep doing that until you're able to get all the way to the top of the pillar. So now you've got the first scroll of the game. So then you pretty much finish out this level pretty normally. Head over to the right side, grab this key. And then you're gonna head over to this right corner over here. Grab this key. And ideally, whenever you're shooting boxes that are like stacked up on each other, you want to shoot the very bottom one first, because let me get rid of these guys. Are there any boxes? No, there are not really. But basically, boxes fall faster than items like keys or other things, or like scrolls will. They just have a lower gravity. The boxes have a higher gravity for some reason. So once you get that key, head over to this jump pad. Throw a bomb with the Zapfish, and there you go. First level's done. And now, once you get out of the level, you want to try to start mashing B, because this will come up where it shows you all of the scrolls you can get in the game. If you're pressing A, it'll just kind of not work. So you want to be matching B whenever you get out of the level. So the next level is over there where my cursor is looking at. So what you're going to do, make a little ink path, and when you get about halfway here, you want to throw a bomb. That way it lands right on top of the kettle. And then typically, the way that these kettles work is that if you hit either a splat bomb or a seeker onto this kettle, they only require 2 more shots to open up. So I hit it with the splat bomb, so 1, 2 shots opens it. So you're just gonna head over here. Now we're gonna come up here, make sure you hit that little Octoling Missile. Splat that balloon open so it makes you a nice little path. At the side of this wall, hit this balloon. And ideally, what you also want to do is before you get into this jump pad, try to hit those orbs right there. And try to do it as quickly as possible. So you get out, try to splat them. Hopefully you get all of them, but just try to get a lot of them. And you're gonna come to the side of him, ignore him, get these orbs, and then make sure you hit that left guy, just because it gets him out of the way and also distracts the other rollers out of the way. So the scroll for this level is right here. So you saw I jumped off the edge right there. And make sure you are not in squid form before you start walking over, because you're gonna accidentally get thrown up. You can just drop right down and get it again, but it just wastes time. So grab the scroll, come back up, and then whenever you come here, you saw through the window, you see this guy over here. Make sure you're kind of aiming where he probably is through the box and just start shooting him. That way he doesn't really get in your way and you kill him instantly. So you come over here, ink up this wall, ink up this wall, and then one other thing to be sure about is it's very important you get this piece of armor right here, because we need the extra 10 orbs that it gives us at the end of the game, or at the end of the level. So grab this orb, then you're going to want to hit that Octoroller out of the way, hit this balloon, make sure you ink yourself a little path up, and head over here. Now while you're falling, start shooting and throw an orb. So that way, it inks the ground a little bit, and before you land, throw the splat bomb. It should kill both of those guys at the same time. Now we're gonna head up here. These guys. Now, normally the way you do this is that you come up here, hop on that launch pad, and you're gonna use this cannon to sort of spray the wall, and just makes it really easy to get up the wall. But the faster strat is to do cannonless. So what you're going to want to do, let me get this guy over here. So what you're going to want to do is come over to the side and ink your way up this wall. And kind of like what we did for the pillar in the first level, is get your way up, and then you're going to ink your way up the wall like that. You really don't need to kill those guys, I just want to explain. So that's probably the quicker way to do it. If you're not comfortable doing that, go ahead and use the cannon if you want. But then once you come up this wall, throw a bomb, and get the Zapfish. So again, now that we're out of the level, start mashing B. And now, here's a little quick trick in order to do it. So after this level, we also want to make sure that we have at least 100 fish orbs, or fish eggs. That will allow us to buy the Seeker. The Seeker is probably one of the most important items that we use in the game, because it helps us to create paths and kill enemies. It's really, really helpful. But the way that we're going to do it is that we're going to ink the corner of this and jump across this grate over here. However, while we're jumping across, we're gonna buy the Seeker. So you saw how I did that? So you're gonna ink the corner, jump across, and then buy the Seeker. Now the quickest way to do that is to use the actual gamepad. So you click on the Seeker and just buy it like that. So I'll show it one more time. Exit the level. So let me see what that. Exit the level, shoot, hop across, and buy the Seeker. And then press B to get out of there. Now this will show up for 10 seconds or so. And then while this is doing that, have your hand on the right D-pad so that you switch to the Seeker. Use the Seeker. That's also one of the nice things about the Seeker, is that whenever it hits a kettle, it automatically explodes. So hit the kettle, hit it 2 more times, and head into the level. Now this one is a little bit cycle based. So you want to kind of head really quickly here. Get down here, there's a seeker, hit that box so it doesn't explode. I say it's cycle based only because the cycles sort of indicate how fast you're going, but it's really not that big a deal. So you're gonna head on these ink lines, clear a path to the right side. This platform should be right in your way, and then get rid of all of these guys. Now you see right there, that box right there, that's our scroll. So what do you want to do? Just come to that, just come down here. While you're falling, start hitting that side. Hop across here, and you got the scroll. Then from here it's pretty simple, just go straight while hopping across all those platforms. Then I like to go to the right side just because that's my preference. So while you're in this little ink area, use your seeker to make a little easier path. Seeker again, hit the zapfish. So now we're at the first boss of the game. This guy's pretty easy too. So come over here, hop on in. So this will give me a chance to introduce a little mechanic that we use pretty much only in the boss fights. So I'll do this, I'll show this here. So this is the normal speed of the gun without any upgrades. However, there is a glitch that allows us to shoot it much faster, and the way that we do that is that we very rapidly change our sub-weapons. This is what we call rapid fire glitch. So in doing this, what I like to do is rest my thumb on the top D-pad, on D-pad up, and then just very rapidly move back and forth to quickly cycle through my sub-weapons. What this allows us to do is, if I can kind of show it, so this is how fast I shoot without doing it. If you can kind of see there, I shoot significantly faster by doing this glitch. So what this does is that whenever the phase of the boss fight that allows us to damage him, we're going to use this glitch in order to pretty much just kill him faster. That's something that probably takes a little bit of practice to really get used to. But it's it's very necessary for you to learn because it helps us to do a lot of cycle skips and quick kills on these bosses. This guy's pretty easy, just gonna move up, wait for him to jump out of the way, ink the side, and use rapid fire glitch on that tentacle right there. Now with each phase, he's gonna have less and less area for you to ink the side of him. So this one you kind of have to go sort of diagonally. And you want to go quick, but also just kind of, you know, take your time, make sure you're inking up enough space so that you don't just fall off. Because if you do, you probably won't have enough time to make it back up. Same thing. Ink enough for you to get on him. There you go. And then what I typically like to do is make sure that I have the seeker on whenever it's at the end here. And then sort of start moving forward while it's in the ink like this. And typically the scroll will be right in front of you, right in front of the zapfish, so you shouldn't miss it. So basically what you want to do is use the seeker, make sure you're going forward, let it hit the zapfish, grab the scroll, and then the zapfish. And if you time all that correctly, you should be able to do it without any problem. Let me just have a few text boxes to mash through. Alright, so now we can head to World 2. And so if you saw there, basically we're going to head to the right side of this world at the very beginning. So when I hopped off the ink line, I sort of had this area inked already. Because basically I want to immediately go into squid form and hop off this corner while inking this wall right here. So it'll look something like this. So I hop off, immediately get off, and ink this wall. And then 1, 2, open up. Now this level is actually pretty tricky because it is cycle based and it's very precise at the very beginning. So it's going to look something like this. You're going to throw a seeker sort of straight, but sort of a little bit to the left. Follow the seeker up here. Because we want to get the scroll very quickly. Oop. Take up the side right here. Throw a seeker, aim at this orange box. Hopefully I should be able to make it. Oop. And see, you want to try to make it before that platform sort of blocks you off, because this is where the scroll is. It's underneath this platform. So once you get it, head over here. Ink up the side if you want, or just hop off. And then ink up this wall, do it before those... Okay. Do it as quickly as possible before you get stuck by those sweepers. Come over here, use your seeker. And then make a little path this way. Seeker again. And then you should be able to just like jump twice and head over here. Now this one I like to switch the bomb to make a path. Throw a bomb, distract those guys, because you saw there, if you saw there, they started shooting me. I didn't throw the bomb properly and it fell to the ground, but if you throw it where it's like right, oh well. If you throw the bomb to where it lands like right here, they pretty much get distracted and don't look at you and look at the bomb instead. So that allows you to jump across there without really getting shot. So once you go there, come over here and get the Zapfish. Now this next thing I'm going to do is unlock this level, but I'm not going to go into it. We're going to save that for later whenever we get the burst bomb upgrade. So we're going to fall down here, throw a bomb, hit it twice, but then come over here. So you're going to come over here, and while you're heading over here, try to switch to the Seekers because it helps us unlock this level quicker. So 1, 2, and head on in. Now, one thing to note with those geysers is that you want to try to be on top of them before you actually hit them. So, also for this little area, hold on. So the way you want to do it is that you're going to kill this guy, then throw a bomb to distract them, these last two over here, and then quickly get rid of them. Switch back to Seekers. Over here, and again, like I said, you want to be on top of the geyser before you hit it. It just saves a little time of getting off of them. And then take all 5 of these guys out as quickly as possible. And then you're gonna go. So let me show this again. So get rid of you. So you come from here. Up top, you have a left or right. You want to go left. So you come left, then left again. And this is where the scroll is. So you go left, left, get the scroll, and then go back right. And there you go. Alright, so now you're gonna fall down here. Use the scroll to sort of make a quick, long path. Ink up this wall. Ink up this wall. Hit twice into this level. Now this is gonna be our first Octoling level. And luckily these are not super hard to do. So what you want to do is fall down here and then sort of walk or, you know, ink yourself over here. And then once you get right in front of this little planter, you want to throw a seeker so that it goes over there. So that way if you walk forward, it starts the cutscene, but the seeker's still going. So you sort of save time that way. So for this one, you're going to go left at that corridor. If you want to shoot that guy, you can. That one's not really that important. But the scroll for this level is right behind this stairway. So you grab the scroll, come over here. On the left, hit this ink line. And there you go. You really shouldn't have too much of a problem. I would say you probably kill that first Octoling, but the other one shouldn't really give you much of a problem. So we're gonna hop over here. There we go. Now we have our first Octastriker level. So basically, as long as you stay in the ink, those guys don't see you, and they won't throw out those missiles. But you're gonna come over here, throw a seeker, so it goes all the way over here. Oh, I didn't want to hit that one, but all right. Now, the scroll for this level is right behind this little ledge. So you grab it, hop on up, and then just work your way through the level. I might throw a seeker here again. Now, you're gonna want to hit those. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay, I forgot. I want to talk about something. So, these squeegee guys are interesting because they will squeegee everything on the wall. However, they will not be able to get like directly in the middle. It's very weird. So sorry about that. So yeah, you should be fine. Just make a line directly in the middle and then come up here, hit that balloon. And then while you're in the air, switch to splat bombs. So the strat for getting rid of these guys is come over here, throw a bomb, that sort of scares them over here, and that allows you to hit them enough before they fly away. Alright, so now this is where we want to actually purchase our last sub-weapon. So you're going to come over here, switch to Seekers, activate this level, and then you want to buy Burst Bombs, because they're going to be useful in both this level as well as the last level of this world. So once you buy your Burst Bombs, head on in. Fall down here. Use a Seeker. And I'd say right now you want to switch the Burst Bombs, because they are really, really helpful in hitting these fans. They make them go very quickly whenever you want to get high. So hit over here. If you want to kill like one of these guys, it probably helps. Now the scroll for this level is underneath this fan right here. So you want to hit it up a little bit, fall down, and the scroll's right there. And then once you're on top of here, probably use a bomb to make it go up, and ink yourself up top of the wall. Bomb again. And then when you get over here, we throw a bomb to distract both of those guys so that you can get a quicker kill. Specifically the one with the shield. It just makes it easier to kill him. Also, one thing to note, whenever you get to this section, you only want to hit these propellers, these propeller platforms, with 2 shots. So 1, 2. Because that is probably the ideal number to get it just at the level where you can jump onto it, to where it doesn't do that. So I'll wait for it to get up again. And it sort of takes time to sort of learn the muscle memory and the rhythm of how to only hit it 2 times very quickly. So 1, 2. That was a little... Let me try to do it over here. And then you're going to try not to hit that one. You could probably just, you really just jump across it like that. And this one, you want to go 1, 2, and hop on. Oh, kind of fell off. Okay. And get rid of, you probably only need to get rid of one of them. And then hop across. And there you go. And after this level, we're going to super jump to the last level. So when you see on your pad, there should be one level in World 2 that is still purple. That's the one level we haven't gone into yet. So you're going to super jump and head on in. And this is the level we really need burst bombs for. So if you didn't buy them last level, this is the one you need them for, because they make them so, it makes it so much easier to deal with these sponges. So you're gonna now head over here, jump on top of the sponge, and then expand it. That's why having burst bombs is really necessary for this level. These guys can be a bit of a pain. If you want to kill both of them when you're first starting out, I would suggest that, because they can, if you don't, they can deflate these sponges and it makes it a bit of a problem. So again, on top, use the sponges again, or use the burst bomb on the sponges. This guy usually isn't a problem. Every now and then, for some reason, he will shoot at you, but 9 times out of 10, he really doesn't. And then this one, you want to try to be quick. You can either kill those octoballs, or you can use this quick little strat by jumping. If you saw, I jumped on top of the sponge, hit it with a burst bomb, and then hit this wall with a burst bomb and quickly jumped on top. If you're too slow, those octoballs will hit the sponge and you won't get enough height to get on top of the wall. Now this next section, you can do one of 2 things. You can, there's gonna be 3 octoballs that spawn over there. Let me see if I can show you first. So you can just start shooting. They'll get stuck and you can just do that. There is a swag strat that I kind of want to show you if I can do it. So come over here, hop across, you head to one side, and then head to the other side and just hop on over. I think it's like barely faster than just shooting them, but it's really insignificant. I would suggest if you're starting out just shooting them. If you want to go for swag, go ahead and do the jumping over strat. And now the scroll for this level is underneath here, so you want to attract this missile. Make sure it hits that sponge to sort of deflate it a little bit. Fall down here and get the scroll. Now you're going to head up top of here, ink that wall. And this is where sponges really help and can also be a bit of a danger. So you're gonna hit that, expand that sponge, and then use your burst bombs to get on top of the sponges. Now, that last sponge right there, before you jump off, start shooting at it, because one of those Octa troopers will always hit it. So again, over here, expand it, kill that guy. And this is where it gets tricky. That strat right there is again another cannonless strat. So that's the advanced strat. You hop on top of the sponge, hit it with a burst bomb, and try to expand it before you fall down. The alternate strat, I'll show this section again as well, Decide to shoot at it. From the side over here. The alternate strat is to just use this cannon. You just go to the cannon. Oop, and expand all the sponges you want. Or you can do... Whoop. Hold on. Oh gosh. Alright, let's try that again. So that's the other strat. You come over here and use the cannon. But this is the more advanced strat, I'd say. Hit both of those sponges. Come over here. So you can use either one. Obviously, the cannonless strat will be faster, but if you are not comfortable doing it, you can go ahead and use the cannon. Also, after every, I'd say, like once you get to the end of a world, make sure you take a quick glance to make sure you've gotten all the scrolls. Like before you mash B out of the, where is it? Before you mash B out of this section, make sure you can just check to make sure you have all the scrolls that you need for right now. So far we're good. You can head into the boss level. Now, from a personal statement, this boss actually is the one that gives me the most trouble because the strat we use is sometimes a little risky. So again, we want to use that rapid fire glitch that we used for the first boss. And I'll show you both the safer strat as well as the more advanced strat that we use at a higher level of the run. So you're gonna come over to the side, hit those guys, hit the little, we call it belly buttons, and then the easier strat is to hop across and hit the tentacle sort of normally. The more advanced strat is to use a splat bomb to expand the tentacle a little bit, and that will actually give us enough room to hit the tentacle while we're still on the ground. So again, if you want to use rapid fire glitch on those little belly buttons, you can. So this is what the advanced strat looks like. Throw a splat bomb up there. And that makes the tentacle just big enough so that we can hit it from the bottom. I would suggest practicing that a few times before you want to do it in a run. But if you haven't and you're not comfortable doing that strat, just go ahead and do the easier way. So again, throw a bomb up top. You're gonna have to get really close to the edge right there. So you want to be careful because if you're too close, you're gonna fall into that pool of ink that's right around him. So just be careful if you do that strat. And then you're gonna go straight, hop across, get the scroll, and get the zapfish. And just a few more text boxes to mash through. Alright, so we're gonna go over to this ink line over here. And a quick strat to sort of know how to do is that right before you land, you want to try to throw a seeker in that direction over there to sort of give you a little time, or a little, it saves a little time of having to swim over there. So the way you do it is hop out, move to the left, and throw a seeker in that direction. See where it sort of exploded? That's the direction we want to go towards. So then you're going to walk forward, ink up this side, hop across here, This level is pretty straightforward. You're pretty much just going straight. Across here. If you can sort of aim to get that incline with the burst bomb, it's useful, but it's not really... I mean, it does save time, so if you can do it, I would suggest trying to do it. Get rid of those guys. And then throw a burst bomb up there, hit the incline. Get rid of these guys. And then when you come over here, throw a burst bomb one right in the middle so it activates those two inclines. And then another one over there. And then the scroll for this level is right behind here. So once you get over here, switch to Seekers. And then you want to fall on this guy, because this is our Inkzuka. And you're gonna go around. Oop. Killing each one of those. From here, it's pretty simple. You just pretty much follow the inclines again. Make sure whenever you jump out of those, you're shooting immediately. Especially on that last platform, if you're not shooting the Octotrooper and you don't kill him, he's gonna end up pushing you off, and you have to do that whole last section again. So get out here, go straight, ink this little side of the wall right there, hop across, switch to Seeker, open up. Now this is the one of two levels I'd say that is really RNG dependent. It's not too bad, but it can kind of screw you up. So you're gonna land, come to the left side over here. Depending on where this Seeker is, you want to throw, or sorry, not a Seeker, Flutter is, you're gonna want to throw a Seeker immediately or wait. So there is a quick strat to get the scroll in this level. What you want to do is hop to the side. There's a small gap that allows you to get by him while he's by the flutter, while it's just sort of sitting there. So you hop that gap, throw a burst bomb at that incline, and then fall right here. So you fall on this platform. If you're not comfortable doing that, just let the Seeker, let the flutter just go by, and then get down here. Hop across those inclines. Then from here again, just finish out the level. It's not a whole lot to do, except the last part. I like to use Seekers in order to get over here. Come grab this key. And then what we like to do is come over here and just fall straight down. You don't have to jump anything there. You pretty much just go forward and it works. Now here is where you want to start looking at your gamepad. It's because this will show you where the key is, as well as where the flutters are in this last section, so that you can sort of navigate yourself away, or navigate yourself around. So I'm looking where the flutters are. It looks like there's a straight path I can go to. I see the little dot where the... Oh, there he is. Oh. See, it's difficult because I have to look at the gamepad as well as my screen at the same time to sort of figure out where everything is. But that was actually pretty lucky. The RNG of where the flutters were was pretty good because there was just a straight line. But sometimes you sort of have to kind of have to wing it to figure out where you're supposed to go. Alright, so next we're gonna open up this incline, and then we're gonna use it to hop across this gap and get to that top ledge over there. Now you want to make sure that you hop across before you get to this horizontal section. So you're gonna hop, and you should be able to land over here, and then hop across. Seeker on in. And then, because we already did a Octoling level, you can just press select, and that'll skip the cutscene. So you make sure you want to do that. And then you're going to come to the left. I like to throw a Seeker right here, just makes it a little easier to get through this ink. Now, if you're not careful and you're not quick, you can get killed right here, so be careful. And then you're going to come to the side of this ledge over here, grab our scroll. Oop, there we go. So that's one of the few that you can actually die in. I would just make sure you're careful. If you do have to kill any of those Octolings, the very last one, right before you get to the geyser, that's probably the one you want to kill. So next what we're going to do is come to this corner over here. There's a level over here that we want to activate. So the way we do it is throw a bomb right at the corner, throw a burst bomb, and then a splat bomb, and that should activate it. And then you're going to come to this corner, and we're going to try to get into that little crevice over there. So the way I like to do it is sort of go at the corner and then double back, and then open this one up. And again, skip the cutscene because we already did an Destructor level. For that guy. Use a Seeker to target onto him. And then the scroll is right here. Now this is a very important trick that we do. Make sure you're looking away from where you're walking, because that will trigger the missile to not target you. And it'll target, the way it works is that, oh, okay. The way it works is that it targets where you're looking at. So make sure you're looking away in that section because there's nowhere for you to run. Just to make sure you don't get hit by the missile. So switch to burst bombs or splat bombs. Cutscene. Throw another one of those. And take him out. And now we're going to go back to that level that we just unlocked. Now this level is actually cycle based. There's a cycle that we would want to try to hit, but we have to be very, very quick, and it's very, very tight. There's also a few risky jumps that if you don't want to do it when you're first starting out, I would suggest you don't. But there are some jumps that you probably want to learn. So we're going to come up here. I may not make it just because I was a little slow on getting over here. But basically what you want to do is... Let's see. I'm going to wait for it just to show you. But you're going to throw 2 burst bombs at the corner over there. And then right at the edge of the corner, you should be able to make that jump. Again, if you're too slow or you're just not comfortable doing that, you can just wait for this platform to get to the right spot and just ink the wall up. Then you're going to come to the right side over here, throw a Seeker. And just like I said on the first level, you want to hit the bottom box because those fall faster than the actual scroll. And this is the area where getting the cycle is important. I obviously wasn't able to because I was short to show you, but it's these 2 platforms that move that we want to try to make the cycle. If you do want to see a better example of it, you can probably go watch one of the runs that are closer to world record. You should be able to see what they do. But once you get over here, You're just trying to make your way up these platforms. And then what you want to do is wait for these to move. Start inking up the very middle. And just make your way up the middle. That's probably the best way to do it. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, so the next level we want to do is right over here. So we're going to ink the side over here, hop all the way across, and you should be able to make up here. And then come up here. Now this is one of those levels I feel like a lot of people get stressed out about speedrunning just because everything is invisible. But once you learn everything, it's really not too bad. So we're going to come over here, pop that balloon. I like to use a seeker right here. Hop across. Get all three of these guys. And then I use a seeker right here. So it blows up that missile guy. And then very quickly make your way over here. You want to make sure you kill this person. Kill that Octa Trooper because he will get in your way if you don't. And then hop across. Use a seeker. Make sure you stay underneath the entire time so that those two Octoballs don't see you. And then you're going to fall down here. This is where our scroll is. And then head on up. And then to the right side. Kill two of them, and then use a seeker so that it just gets rid of that last one. If you're not efficient on your ink, you won't have enough for the seeker, so just sort of be aware of that. And then about right here, I start just spraying to the right, just to sort of see where my platform is. And then next platform is going to be to your left. And then right here, I start just spraying straight, so that way you see where the platforms are. And then you go hop across, and then start spraying up and down. Be very quick to make sure you're not in the way of that squeegee. And then it's a small little platform right there, but you should be able to make it. And use a secret up here. Another seeker. And then just sort of shoot your way up here. And again, once you do this level enough times and you learn where the platforms are and where you need to be shooting, it's not too bad. And then now you're going to head over here. And once you get to the edge of there, if you jump and exit out of squid form, you should be able to be on top of this platform. I would say this boss is actually one of the easier ones to do. And it's pretty consistent as well. So if you stand still, he's going to start moving to the left, and you're just going to ink as much as you can of a path for him. Head on back. Refill your ink, and then just start shooting at him. Make sure that you don't stay inside of the ink in squid form, because he'll start to be like, where the heck did you go? And then he won't attack you at all, and he'll just stand there. And that just wastes time. So again, he'll move to the left. Ink as much of the ground as you can without running out of too much ink. Again, he'll move to the left, ink this middle platform, and then this this gray platform right here. And again, like this, like the last few bosses, start moving forward and then just pressing the right bumper. That way you throw the seeker while you're moving forward, grab the scroll, and then there's that fish. Okay. And now we're gonna head all the way down here. Now I would say try to switch the burst bombs, because I think it's a little bit faster. Because we're at one of these fan platforms. And then we're over here, switch back to seekers. Start to shoot that left corner, because that's the corner that at least I like to fall down. Because our next level is down here. Shoot it twice. And enter. Now this one's pretty quick, so you gotta come over here, throw a seeker, hop across. I think I kind of messed up. Yeah, I forgot you're supposed to throw another seeker, but oh wait, no, you're not. I was just slow. My bad. Let me retry that actually. So you're gonna move forward, throw the seeker across, start shooting pretty much immediately to make a line. Okay. Enough to hop across and then come over here. There we go. And this part you actually want to go fairly quickly. And be careful with that guy because he'll usually hit you. So ink both of those platforms pretty well. And okay, there we go. And then throw a seeker to the left side. Just get rid of him just because he's annoying. So that cycle right there that I just did is somewhat tight, but you should be able to make it. Oop. Alright, good. And now here I would say switch the burst bombs because it makes this little trick a little bit easier. So you're going to hop to the left. Okay, there we go. So that trick is pretty precise and you gotta be pretty quick about it. So I threw a bomb to distract them, hit that one Octotrooper, got the key and jumped across at the same time. If you don't think you're gonna make it, you can just double back and then wait for the platform to be in line with that one. So you're gonna super jump over here, you wanna switch to your splat bombs. Octotrooper's gonna go over there. And then, depending on which side of this sort of middle line you are, is where another Octotrooper, or excuse me, Octoling will spawn. So, because I was on the left side, I knew they were going to spawn right here, so I just threw a bomb, waited for it to explode, and then finish the level. Just have a few text boxes to mash through. And then on to our next levels. So this next one we're going to do is we're going to unlock a level and not go into it. So you're going to come to this corner and we're aiming right over there. So Unlock that one. And then we're gonna come over here. Unlock this one and go into it. This level can be kind of tricky, but it's not too bad. Just move that platform out a little bit. Move it out as much as you can. Make a line for yourself that you can get up. Usually just ink that guy and get rid of him. And when you get over here, use a seeker. Those balls shouldn't hit you. And then you want to try to get a seeker to go like right in that little gap right there. So that way, these guys get distracted. Take out the two that are on this side. Oh boy. Usually he doesn't. Usually this one's not too much in your way, but if he is, just get rid of him. Come over here. If you want to get rid of this one, you can. Stand on this corner and shoot this platform so that it raises you up. And then this is one of the few times in the run that we actually do have to use the cannon. So hit it once, twice, 3 times, and a bit of a gap. And now we wait. You want to just get rid of those. So the scroll that we're getting is right there. So the way we're going to do that is get rid of those guys. Get rid of him because he can be annoying. Then hop up here. Grab the scroll, and then hop back. And then here we're going to switch to splat bombs. This is going to make getting rid of these octolings a little bit easier. There's going to be one that spawns over here, and I'm on the right side of this little middle. So again, kind of a good tip to know is that octolings tend to spawn sort of the opposite end that you are. So because I was on the right side, I knew he was going to spawn over there, threw a bomb, and got rid of him. And then come over here. Alright, so now we're gonna head to this geyser. Wait till it gets pretty much to the top, and then hop across. The next level is gonna be over here. This one can be a little bit tricky, because this one introduced a lot of these snipers, troopers. So you're gonna come over here, use a seeker, sneak past all of them. And then I like to take that guy out, take this one out as well. And then try to stand on the very corner, take that trooper out, that sniper out, because he can be a bit of a pain. And use a seeker, and then fall down here. This is where we're gonna get the scroll for this level. And then, so the way that we, or at least the faster way to do this is to sort of hop across this little gap right here. So once you get out of that hole, come over here, make sure there's ink on the ground, and then hop across. And depending on where those snipers are, you should be able to hop across. Or if the platform is like this, you should be okay as long as you kind of at least get rid of one of those snipers. So then we're gonna super jump over here, switch to burst bombs, come over here, hop across and throw a burst bomb at the same time, and then get rid of that sniper. And now we have a few sponges, kind of like we did in that other level. Kind of like we did in that other sponge level, just throw the burst bombs to expand the sponges all the way out. And then from here, it's pretty much straightforward. Over here, go up there. Ooh, okay. That was close. Head on up this way. If you want, I would suggest switching to Seekers, because this makes this getting up there a little bit easier. I just forgot to do it. And yeah, That one can be tricky, but it's not too bad. So next we're going to come over here. Now there's a level on top of there, and we're going to activate it but not go into it. So the way we do it is just shoot up. If you can, rapid fire glitch, I would try to do that as well. And then come over here to these ink lines and open up this level. Skip the cutscene. Fall down here, open this up, and get that shield upgrade. Because it's just nice to have in these Octoling levels. Come up over here, and then this Octoling, try to kill it. Well, I would just definitely kill it because it can become a big problem. So then we're gonna come over to down here, grab our scroll, and then try to be quick enough and get out of the way so you don't get hit. Hit that ink line and finish the level. So now we're going to start our super jumps. So we have 2 levels. There should be one directly next to you and one that's a little bit farther away. So that level right there is the one that's farther away. We're going to save that one for last. So we're going to super jump to level 19. Should be this level right here. Now there's a couple ways to do it. I kind of like doing it like this. One, because that's a little more fun for me. Whoop. Nope. Oh, I didn't think I made that. So yeah, it's just easier to get on top of that platform right there. Here. I like to kill him, just because if you don't, he can be a bit of a problem. Alright. I like to switch secrets here too. It makes it easier hopping across here. And then get stuff up here. And now the scroll for this level is right behind here, so you're gonna barely fall off and then double back. And the scroll is here. And you may have to wait for these platforms to get in proper alignment. So just once you get here, ink this side, and then ink this one, you should be good. Alright, and lastly we're going to super jump to that last level. That way we are as close to the boss level as possible. Now this level has an interesting strat, so it's another Octastriker level. However, we're going to be able to get an Ink Zuka, which allows us to sort of quick kill the I guess you can call it mini boss of the level. Gonna come over here. Grab this Ink Zuka, hop across, try not to die. Like I said, try not to die. If you don't make that jump, that's what tends to happen. If you fall down, one of those Octa Troopers tends to hit you. So try not to let that happen. So then we're gonna come over to this little corner over here, throw a Seeker. Get out of here. And grab the scroll. Now while you're heading back, switch to burst bombs. And there's a sponge right there. Expand it out. And then we're going to try to make this jump all the way across this gap. but you're gonna have to get to the very corner of the sponge. So hopefully I should be able to make it. Yeah, so that's a very tight jump. If you don't make it, you're gonna end up falling down there, and you're just gonna have to go up through there and get here the sort of normal way. Oop, okay, that was close. And then kill those last two guys. So because we have the Inkzuka, we can do a pretty interesting strat here. So you're gonna skip, get out the Inkzuka, and then jump 3 times. Try to do it before you get splatted. And there you go. So you do have to you'd have to jump while you're shooting the Inkzuka, otherwise it just won't reach him. Alright, so now we're gonna head on down. And this one, personally, I think is the most fun boss in the game. Besides the final boss, I would say. Like, I think this one is this one's a really cool concept, and I like to fight this one. You need to come forward. You got a bunch of teeth, and you just kind of make sure you're not in his mouth, and you shoot him out. And shoot the teeth, throw a splat bomb at him, and then hit his tentacle. Pretty straightforward. The only thing that changes is that his teeth get a little bit stronger each time. But it's not that big a deal. Make sure you use splat bombs when you do this, because burst bombs may not always work, and Seekers definitely won't work. Because if you can see in the background, it says no splat bombs, there's a warning, so that's kind of an indication of what you're supposed to do. Now this one you don't want to just start moving forward immediately, because you're actually pretty close to where the Zapfish is in this level. I'm not sure why it's like that, but see, if I start moving, I would be like right in front of it. So just be aware of it, grab the scroll, and get the Zapfish. Alright, so on to the final level. Or, the final world, excuse me. Alright, again, you know, once you finish a world, just kind of check to make sure you have all of your scrolls, and so far we do. Because realistically, I mean, unless you're first starting out, if you miss a scroll in a level, you might want to just reset, because that's a lot of time lost. Alright, so the first level we're going to come to is all the way in this corner. So the level is on top of this platform, so you're just going to activate it like this. And then super jump to it. Now this level is cycle-based. There's a cycle at the end that we're trying to hit, so you want to make sure you're going pretty quick at the very beginning. In any percent, the cycle is kind of lenient, but in all scrolls, it's a little bit less so. Also, those guys can be a bit of a pain, so just be aware. Alright, so the scroll in this level is all the way over here. You just ink the side of this platform, open the box, and you should be able to make that jump, but you have to ink the side as well. So, switch to Seeker, open those boxes, should explode that octocopter. And then on the side. Oop. Oh boy. And then this is the cycle that we're trying to hit. Hopefully I made it in time. So we're trying to get on this platform right here. Ah, nope. So that's the cycle we're trying to hit. I was a little slow, unfortunately. But if you are quick enough, you should be able to get on that platform before it moves away. Not a big deal. And then, if you're quick, you can kind of jump on this moving platform, get over here, and hop on here. So this will take you up to the end of the level. Now the next thing we're going to do is activate 2 levels, but not go in them yet. So the way I like to do it is come over here, jump and activate that level, switch to Seekers, throw one, hit that one twice, and then we're going to jump down to this platform right here. So this one we're actually going to go into. This is our last Octoling level. This one you can die in if you're not careful, so I'll kind of show you the strats we use to sort of mitigate that. So you're gonna hop over here, hit this box, grab this shield just in case, then hit up this pipe. Oh, what the? Hello. Then we're gonna head over here. And then our scroll is over here. If there is an Octoling in your way, just shoot him right there. Then we're gonna head back to this pipe. Head on up. Head over these pipes. Activate Seekers. Work our way up these containers. And finish the level. So now we're going to super jump to the second level that we just unlocked, level 27. Should be this level right here. So now we're going to head to the left, skip cutscene. Yeah, it's my camera. So you're going to hop over here, grab this key, and then hop down over here. And then I also like to switch to burst bombs as well. So you're gonna hit that balloon, ink that wall, and hop over. This is gonna allow us to get our scroll. And then hit that balloon. And just the same way we did all the other ones. Throw your bomb, distract him, and you should be good to go. Alright, so now you're gonna hop across that little gap right there. Come up with this fan platform. Ink that side right there, because you're not gonna be able to make it on. You're not gonna be able to make it on top of it, and hop in the corner. Now, there are two things you can do here. We're gonna enter this level, and then the next level we're gonna go to is that one. There's an ink line that we have to activate. You can do one of two things. You can activate it right now, which is actually what I like to tend to do, just because it's a little bit safer. And I don't know why. Sometimes whenever I don't do it, I just fall. Or you can wait till we finish this level, and then whenever we hop down, activate it while we're falling, so you hit the ink line as we're falling. I'm gonna go ahead and activate it first, just 'cause it's a little easier for me, and for the sake of this tutorial, I'll just do that. So this is the last flutter level, and this is the one that can also have a little bit of RNG. Again, not too much, but you know, it's enough to change the course of a run if you're really going for very tight times. Come over here, head to the left, hop across. If the flutter happens to be, you know, in a good spot like that, you can just go across, swim across, but otherwise just hop across. And then you want to be very, very quick here. If you're quick enough, you should be able to get on this platform before the flutter passes. If not, just wait for it to pass. And then go over here. Hit the left side. And use the secret to get all the way over here and grab this key. And then just sort of pay attention where the flutters are. You shouldn't have too much of a problem getting back over here. And then we want to look for where the sniper Octotrooper is. And he's all the way over there. Kind of in the corner. Not the worst RNG, but it could be better. So that wasn't too bad. Alright, so now we're going to drop down here and head into this level. So what I like to do is use the Seeker, go forward, and hit these sponges going up. So now while you're about to fall, switch to burst bombs. That way you distract those two dudes and get them out, and you can kill them easily. And then, once you get here, you're gonna fall off and then double back to get this scroll. And then use the burst bombs to whoop, oh boy, activate the sponges. And then switch to Seekers again. Hop across here. Grab this Inzuka. Now here you can be a little tricky, so you want to use Seeker before you get there, activate the balloon, and then hop across. Activate Seeker, switch to burst bombs, and then ink up here. And then when you get here, ink this sponge, and climb on up. Again, head your way up, hit the sponges with the burst bomb. And then this one, just to save time, hit this one like 3 times or so with your gun. You don't want to expand it all the way, just because it saves time not to. And then here, switch to splat bombs. This is where we have some octolings, and we want to try to manipulate them to get a proper use of our splat bombs. So come to the right side, wait to throw it. Oh. Unfortunately, I missed. So again, the Octoling is going to spawn on the opposite end of where you are. Come on. So what you want to try to do is fall down here, And before the Octoling spawns, throw a splat bomb to where it'll explode right when they land. And then you're gonna come on top of here. If you're standing in this spot, the Octoling should land a route right there. Then you throw a splat bomb and kill it before it lands, or kill it when it lands. So that's the optimal strat, if that makes sense. But either way, once you kill both of them, just head to then grab the Zapfish. So now we have one level left before we get to the final boss. So we're gonna super jump to our last level. And head on in. Now here, I would say switch the burst bombs. You're going to ink up the side of this one, and then throw a burst bomb and quickly jump on. And then throw a burst bomb on there. Hit this guy. Then you're gonna want to grab this Inkzuka and hang on to it. You have some Aqua Balls. Go down a little paint so they just get stuck. Take care of these 4 guys. And now we're going to come to this corner on top of this platform. And we're going to throw a splat bomb on that trigger. Then ink up the side right there. And this is our last scroll before the final boss level. So now we're going to come over here, stand on this platform, and kill all 5 of those Aqua Troopers with the Inkzuka. And then splat bomb that one. And as you're jumping, try to hit that one as well. You usually don't have to hit those Octoballs, but just you should be usually fine. And then you're gonna come on top of this platform and then move to the side. Now while you're falling, activate Seekers. Hit that guy. And make sure you grab the baller that is on top of that platform so that you can jump through the flutter and grab the key. And there you go. Now what's left is our final level, or our final boss. Now, before we get to the final, so first, in order to get there, super jump over here and hop across. Now, before I start the final boss, I do want to mention that this is one of the few levels that we actually have a significant amount of time-saving strats. And it's because we have some phase skips in the boss fight. And we do this using rapid fire glitch and manipulating the boss's attacks. So I'll sort of get into them, but basically what's going to happen is we're going to delay some of the attacks and hasten some others. I'll try to leave a link in the description of a good video. I know both Captain Hydrus and Tones Ballones have made videos on how to do this boss fight correctly, so I'll link. I'll leave a link to those in the description. But basically this first phase is completely normal, so I'll get to it in the second phase when we actually have to do stuff. So you're gonna come over here, stay in ink, wait for him to fire up, and start rapid fire glitching his fists. So now we're gonna come over here, same exact thing. And again. One thing to note is that, like all the other enemies, I was here, and then I went into ink, and I moved over here. He was still assuming I was over there. So that's why all of his attacks went over there. So that's a good thing to keep note of if you want to avoid some attacks while you're waiting for phases to start. So again, just rapid fire glitch the little torpedo there. So this is where we get into the phase skips. So for the first phase of this, for the first part of this second phase, you're going to do it pretty much normally. Now this is where things get interesting. First, you're going to come all the way over here, grab the last scroll. Yeah, we got all scrolls! Woo! And then you're going to come over here. And then you're going to okay. Well, hold on, let's try that again. Okay. So you're going to quickly hit the first fist, and then you're going to delay the second fist. What that should do is make him think that he was hit again. And unfortunately, I think I'm a little too close, so I didn't get that. Alright, sorry about that. But basically what you're going to do is delay the second fist of the phase. And you're going to do that probably just once per section. That will make him think that he was hit twice and move back farther to sort of give you an pretty much skip a phase. So I'll try to show it more in the next phase. But again, I'll leave a link in the description to a better example of how to do it. I apologize, I wasn't able to show it in that one. But, this third phase is probably the trickier one. You're gonna come over here, very quickly do this, wait for him, delay this fist as best as possible, and you want to be quick about this. And as long as you can still hit this second sponge, you should be okay. So I think I was able to get the proper phase skip. So again, once you get the skip, you can pretty much just hit him normally. And you want to be sure you grab that Inkzuka on the way in here, because it'll make this part a little bit easier. Alright. Okay, so unfortunately I didn't get it. So he's the right distance away, but unfortunately it just added this. It added that last phase. So I was just a little slow. So we use the Inkzuka just to make this last bit a little bit easier. Alright. Let's hope I can show it off this time. So for this phase, you actually just want to hit this first fist. You don't even need to worry about the second one right now. Just let it, fall on the ground. And then walk all the way over here. Come grab this Inkzuka. And there we go. That should be the phase skip we were looking for. So normally we'd have to do 2 more fists, but now we only have to do 1. So that's what the phase skip looks like. There we go. So yeah, normally we would have to do 2 more phases after that one over there, but we only have to do 1. And here you want to hold on to your Inkzuka for the last phase, or for the last section, I mean. And this last section is actually pretty easy to do, the phase skips. We'll come over here, stay out of the way of the whale, and see, just like that, I was able to get it quick enough to where I didn't have to do the delay fist, it just automatically waited. So now I'm gonna head over here. So he's already farther back than he should be, so we did get the skip. Alright, so there should be one more phase we have to do before the final phase with the torpedoes. Oh, still got a few more pieces of armor. And now here's where you want to use the Ingzuka in order to get that last torpedo. And timing ends whenever we hit Octavio when he falls out of his ship. And he smashes on the back of the ship. So I'll sort of say out loud when time is. So the time will be now. And there you go. That is how to do all-scroll speedrun for Splatoon. So I appreciate everyone for watching. Again, if you want to learn how to do this run or any other runs in Splatoon, speedrun.com. We also have a Discord. I'll link those below. Myself, I do speedruns of this and various other games on Twitch at twitch.tv/tboy07. Feel free to come follow, sub, whatever you want to do, or just watch. Again, any other things I need to link down, I'll link down below with some other tutorials. But again, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.